In the previous lesson, we successfully created our first website using Windows Notepad. However, Windows Notepad is nothing more than a plain text editor, and plain text editors do not allow us to format text at all. The text is simply saved exactly as it is, without any kind of formatting. Today, I'll show you which software to use when you want to create a more complex website. Some people ask if it's possible to write the source code in Microsoft Word, for example. It's theoretically possible, but it's not a very good idea. Word is designed to serve a completely different purpose. It offers many functions and formatting options, but none of my web designer friends use it for code editing. We won't be using it either. Throughout this course, we'll be using the Notepad++ editor. This software is completely free and can be downloaded from the Internet. Let me do a quick run-through of its main advantages. We chose this program especially because it supports highlighted syntax. In addition, it also has many other enhancements that Windows Notepad doesn't offer. However, feel free to use any editor you like. Many web coders are comfortable just using Windows Notepad. Let me show you another tool that other web designers and I use very frequently. It's called a validator. Now, you're probably wondering what a validator is. A validator helps us find errors in our code. Let's take a look at an example. Over here, click on the Validate by Direct Input option. I copied the code of the Hello World website into the clipboard. Now I'm going to paste the code into the text area and click on the check button. As you can see, the validator didn't find any errors in our code. Now, I'll make a mistake on purpose. I'll delete the left angle bracket here at the H1 closing tag. Next, I'll click the Revalidate button. You can see that Validator successfully found the mistake. I'll scroll down because the validator generated a description of the error. Incorrectly closed tags can cause a lot of problems. For example, an error like that may cause the website to display differently throughout different browsers. Let's get back to Validator's homepage. I want to show you something. The very first option here is the Validate URL option. Basically, a URL is what you see in the address bar. I'll try to type in www.google.com because I want to see whether Google has a valid homepage. Wow, that's a surprise. I don't think anyone expected 37 errors. Still, I'm sure all Google's websites are well made. Keep in mind that validators have their limits, and you shouldn't take them seriously 100% of the time. Now I'll type in Intel's website. You can see that the validator discovered 38 errors. I showed you these two examples because I wanted you to understand that validators are useful utilities. However, you should use them really only as a utility. Validator's output isn't always the most important thing you should focus on. You can see that I've just switched to Internet Explorer. Visitors to our website are certainly much more important than the validator. This is the reason that you should always test your websites in several different browsers. I test my websites in Firefox, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, and even my mobile phone. After a cut, you can see the layout we'll be using throughout our course. The code editor is in the upper part of the screen. The web browser is in the bottom part. This is where we'll be checking to see if the code is working correctly. Notice that we'll be using Google Chrome. Oh, I almost forgot to close the H1 tag correctly after playing with the validator. I'll just fix it and display the result in the browser. As you can see, everything works the way it's supposed to. Thank you for joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing you the next time.